Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going through the recent transfer rumours. Today news broke that City have apparently submitted an offer for Harry Kane. We're going into all of that as well as two potential other transfers that could be happening this summer and my thoughts on them. Going to try and keep up to date frequently now with transfers from now on. The transfer news is slowly starting to come in. It's starting to become a little bit more reliable. It's starting to get a little bit close to actually happening. So yeah, I'll be trying to keep up with these sort of 1 or 2 times a week for the time being, and maybe 3 or 4 as we get further into the window. Before we get into today's video, a massive shout out to the sponsors of today's video, One Football. Make sure to go and download the app, the #1 football app. The link is at the top of the description. Keep up with all the transfer news as it comes in. The Harry Kane news that came out today, they were one of the first people to report it. They're straight on it with all that stuff, with loads of different reports, as well as giving notifications for all the Euro games. You can turn your notifications on for them. You can turn your notifications on for your favourite country, your favourite team, and that way they'll be sending you notifications for all the latest happening there. And yeah, just on the whole, for the transfer season especially, this app is a must-have in my opinion. It'll cover absolutely everything you need to know, and the majority of the stuff I'm getting for these videos will be from OneFootball. So yeah, make sure to check it out. It is at the top of the description. Also, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. Let's try and hit 250 likes on the first transfer roundup video of the year. Anyway, as you can see, these are the 3 targets we're going to be discussing today. Harry Kane firstly, then Sergio Ramos, then Bernardo Silva. And we start with Harry Kane. The first official bid for Harry Kane was submitted today. A reported figure by Fabrizio Romano, who is, as we know, normally very, very reliable, of £100 million. Potentially players could be added in there as well as part of an exchange deal. The names floating about: Sterling, Laporte, Jesus, all names we expected to be put in there. In my transfer sort of start of season video, I did say these were players that could potentially leave City this summer. Do check out that video if you haven't already. It'll be in that I button at the top of the screen. But yeah, I said these players were all potentially possibilities of leaving. They all have decent value to them. Sterling, Laporte, Jesus, all above 60 million in my opinion. Jesus probably the lowest figure of the lot of them. Sterling probably the most valuable. The talk is Sterling's not interested in this move whatsoever. Apparently Tottenham couldn't afford his wages. Not really surprising when they couldn't afford Fonseca's wages. Yeah, and he's just not really interested in Tottenham. Obviously, he's a much higher standard than that. I think they all are, to be fair. The talk is Spurs have absolutely zero intentions of selling. Of course, they're going to say this is Daniel Levy. He is Mr. Stingy when it comes to transfers. If you remember that Walker saga back in 2017, it did take a while, and I have no doubts that if this is going to happen, it will take a while. Fabrizio Romano said nothing will be decided before the Euros. This is to be expected. Harry Kane, captain of England, is probably not going to look at any deal too deeply until England are at the Euros. However, haven't seen how we played on Friday, it would not be too surprising if we're out of the tournament before the start of July, which gives us plenty of time to get this deal done. Both clubs have publicly came out and denied this offer's happened. Again, very inevitable, much like Levy holding out for more money. This is it's always going to happen. They're going to try and keep this under closed doors. There's no way this transfer story, though, is not going to be everywhere. I believe Fabrizio Romano far more than I believe the clubs. I think they're just trying to keep it low to try and make the transfer easier to happen. Like I said, it's been a long old saga. I really, really hope Manchester City do not get bogged down in a saga that ends until sort of the end of August. I hope we kind of get this deal done and dusted. Like we said about last year, we did not do a very good job of it. Although we got the perfect man at the end with Ruben Diaz, that deal should have been sorted at least a month earlier. I hope Harry Kane is a Manchester City player by the start of August. If not, I do think we should just move on. I think Tottenham will have to sell this summer as much as they don't want to. Financially, that club is crippled. They were unable to pay the wages of a manager who came 8th in the Serie A last season. They're having an absolute mare of it. They've got no money. They were completely reliant on the Super League, in my opinion. So I do think they will have to sell. And I actually think a long summer saga will cause more of an issue for them than it will for us. Because let's say they do lose Harry Kane, it becomes at the end of the window. At that point, they'll be trying to sign a new striker. Everyone will be asking for way more because they know Tottenham have got the Harry Kane money. And they will not have long to the deal, so they won't really have any bargaining power. So yeah, I think Spurs got to be really careful for this. I am pretty confident this Harry Kane deal does happen. I did say in my video about my starting 11 squad for the new season, I would have Haaland over Kane simply because of age reasons, although Kane is obviously Premier League proven. I'm pretty confident this deal happens though. I'm on the 80% club at the moment. This could very much go up. I mean, I was very confident about Messi as well last year and that didn't happen. But I'm very, very confident. Harry Kane seems to be the one that we're going for. There are slight talks of Erling Haaland being our #1 choice, but based off this and based on what we've seen so far this summer, Harry Kane seems to be the #1 choice. And that's why I've got him I'm 80%, and that is why I'm 80% confident of this transfer happening. And for now, I'm going to have him just on the tip of white, sort of in between blue and white on the transfer target board. Next on the list, we have Sergio Ramos. This is much faster to go over. This deal, pretty much, it's not happening. But I thought I'd go over it anyway because there has been talks. I know some people are interested in a sign of Sergio Ramos. Personally, completely do not want the transfer to happen, and I'm very happy that it pretty much is not going to happen. He's injury prone, he wants high wages, he's quite arrogant, not someone we need around the dressing room. Obviously, this would only be a sign-in possible if someone like Nathan Ake or Aymeric Laporte was to leave us. But even then, Sergio Ramos not the one for me. I see him destined for PSG personally. He has obviously confirmed he's leaving Real Madrid. That got announced, I think it was the last week after, I think it was 16 years at the club. Supposedly his agent has offered him out to us. I think we have turned down the offer though. City aren't interested. Like I said, I'm happy with City with this one. But yeah, this is not going to happen. I'm putting this right on the outside. It's not even going on the target board. He's just staying where he is for now. And then we move on to the final transfer of today's transfer targets video, and it is Bernardo Silva. This is a little bit old news, but I still thought I'd cover it anyway because I've not covered it in a video so far. Obviously, the talk is he wants to leave. He has done since last year, as per reports, which to me is really sad because I think Bernardo Silva's amazing. He's personally my favourite City player. He's a City player. I've literally got a match one shot there of him. But yeah, I rate him massively. I think he's so important. His work rate and his technical ability combined is pretty much unheard of anywhere else in world football. And I think he's so crucial to our system. He has, however, only really had one stellar season. Last year was also a good season, but then two pretty poor seasons as well as that in his 4 years so far in Manchester. The talk is it's Atleti and Barca interested. I don't see Barcelona getting anywhere near him. There's no way they can afford him. There has been sort of rumours floating about Ousmane Dembele and Sergio Roberto being linked with us, but there's no way we're going anywhere near them. At least I hope not, because they're both crap footballers that... And they're not crap, but they're not on the same level as we should be looking for. And they're not on the same level, definitely, as Bernardo Silva. Atleti looks the more likely of destinations for Bernardo Silva, although I'm still not seeing it as too likely. I do think it'd fit this team, though, as he's very energetic, and that's the type of player Simeone would want, as well as the technical abilities he can offer to them. There's been talks about a potential swap deal for Sal, which wouldn't be the end of the world, as much as I'd be gutted to lose Bernardo. A player like Sal would be useful in our team, although I have to admit I've not watched him too much, but of what I have seen, he does look like a decent little player, and he's this kind of position we would want someone in. Atleti have also ruled out a swap deal for João Felix, who obviously could potentially be someone of interest to us, as we need a striker. Although if we get Kane, Felix is not someone we'd be after. Felix would be more of that sort of false nine role though than the out-and-out striker that Harry Kane would be. The reports are, I think Sam Lee said around 60 million is what City would be wanting for Bernardo Silva. For me, this is daylight robbery, way too low price tag. If someone like Jack Grealish is worth around 100 million, Bernardo Silva's worth at least 80 for me. The man is full of skill and is one of the best players in our team in my opinion. So for me, 60 million is a ridiculous price tag, but if that's what it is, that's what it is. I hope it doesn't go personally. I think there's some truth in the idea of him going. However, I still don't really see him going, so I'm going to put him on the sort of edge of dark blue and light blue. Anyway, that is all for today's transfer targets video. We're going to try and keep these up to date as much as possible. There should be one more of these this week. Leave in the comments, do you think we will sign Harry Kane this summer? Is he your number one choice? He's not mine. I think I'd probably have Lukaku and Haaland over him for me. But yeah, tell me, do you want Kane? Do you think it's going to happen? But yeah, the transfer saga of Harry Kane has begun. Like I said at the start of the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's try and hit 250 likes on this one, as it is the first transfer targets video of the summer.